presentation series, The End of the World. Is the world going to end in the year 2020? Has the world come to an end point? This is our second message. If you have not seen the first message, I would suggest you to please go back to the first message and then come back and see this message. These are a series of messages. The first message I covered was, is there a God? And the other messages that I will be covering are like matters and topics like, did God send coronavirus? What kind of challenges are coming our way? Matters like these I will be discussing and bringing in front of you. As I have already introduced myself in the first message also. I am a businessman. My name is Vicky. I build swimming pools. I import a lot of health products. I am a 40-year-old person and I have been studying, practicing religion, health and business from last 20 years. This is our second message. Who is God? First message was, is there a God? And we saw a lot of comparison of all the religions as to what has come out of these religions. There are two kind of people. One group wants to kill and the other group wants to help. Message 2, is there a God? Does he exist? Who made this world? Why are we here and where are we going? These are some sort of questions that I will be explaining. This is the theme of our messages. We have two belief systems in this world. A group that believes in God and another group that does not believe in God. The believing group, we can call it the religious group, and the other group we can call them atheists, those who do not believe in any God. And I have detailed this, who are atheists, in the previous message. Before and after strong emotion of love. This is a brain scan. This is the theme of our messages. If you are coming to listen to these messages, please come with a positive mind, with a thinking or mood of love and good emotions to understand things. If you are coming with a strong negative emotion, there will be difficulty in understanding your brain and other the topics I am bringing. Thoughts will be revolting because there will be sort of an acid reflux in your brain. This is harmful to the health also. Good, strong thought wave will always help you. It is neither positive, neither negative. You can process your mind to think about these topics I am bringing to you. What are the things I am presenting in front of you. But a negative emotion will absolutely not help you in any aspect of the life. Another part of the theme of presentations I am doing, that is the movie PK. We have to ask questions. We must question, where is God? Where is the mark on the body if we are already pre-marked by God when we are born? Why religion is a business? Why are there wrong numbers in this world leading to wrong ways of worshipping? This was the first message, world population by religion. I had explained every religion, how they have come out to either attack or to help. And I had explained that there is a book which has been misinterpreted. The explanation is required why and how it is misinterpreted, and I'll be interpreting it, I'll be explaining it in the correct manner, the most biased and clear manner you have never heard or listened to before. The Holy Bible, as I explained, misinterpreted, versions confusion. There are more than 50 and above worldwide religions doing this, but there are still most of them following in a different manner from the very true and correct manner. Who is God and why should he be God? We are in trouble. We are facing troubles of coronavirus. There might be any kind of health trouble we are facing, any kind of financial trouble we are facing, any kind of challenges in the life we are facing, even if the most richest person who has everything on the world, I can assure you he does not have peace of mind. And God is enjoying his life sitting up. Why should God be God? Why should we let him be our God? Let's be skeptical, keep that question aside, but first let's test and check, even if the book called Bible, is it true? Is it authenticated? Who wrote this book? Why should we trust what is written in this book? There are several versions of the Bible, as I've already explained, but this has been authenticated. The Bible has been authenticated. How? The reason is the Dead Sea Scrolls, words that changed the world. What are Dead Sea Scrolls? Dead Sea Scrolls, there is a sea called Dead Sea in Israel. Why it is called Dead Sea? Because in the world, if you know about the highest mountain peak in the world, it is called Mount Everest. And if you do not know, the lowest point in the world, the lowest place on the world, opposite of Mount Everest, lowest point, is the Dead Sea. If you try to swim in that water, you will not completely drown or dip into the water, whether you know swimming or you do not know swimming. The water is thick, the water carries so many minerals, calciums, there are so many medicines, so many cosmetics, herbal products made out of that Dead Sea. Around that Dead Sea there are caves, and in those caves there are several versions of Bible found. And how it was authenticated is, there were book of Isaiah. Isaiah is one of the prophets in the book of in the Holy Bible, the Old Testament. There were 66 complete chapters of this book written around 100 BC. There were another 40,000 manuscripts in cave number 4, representing around 400 scrolls. Scrolls were rolled up, long books on a leather piece or written on a something sort of, and they were rolled up on a stick. They were called scrolls. Another 11 caves were found with around 100,000 ancient Jewish texts, 1 lakh ancient Jewish texts, along with 870 scrolls and 220 New Testament scrolls. A huge library of books was found in these caves, written around 100 BC, kept hidden from the people for distributing among other peoples. This ended all the doubts of atheists especially, and every other religion who wanted to doubt on the book, on the Bible, about its authentication. Because the Bible we had 2000 years ago, the Bible we have today, when we found those secret manuscripts written, hidden somewhere in those caves, when the scientists, the historians, the governments, they sat down and they matched and they found that they were equally correct. There was no doubt in these books. What is Bible? Bible is actually not the name of this book. It is a Latin word. Bible is a word made out of word called Biblos. B-I-B-L-O-S, Biblos. Loss is a word used for words. Bib means like a bib we put in front of small infants when they want to eat. We put a bib so that the food does not fall on them. Bib is something that is bound together, kept together. Books, words of books, logos, the loss, kept together, it was called biblos. And the word Holy Bible or the Bible is derived from this word. Actually, it is not its name. There are about 69 books, two segment, Old Testament and New Testament. What is the story of creation? How can we say that if yes, the first message that I explained, if as I proved that evolution is not true, and that is there is definitely a good and better creator, but I want you to keep your skeptic hats on. I just proved that Bible has been authenticated and it is a real book with full authentication, and it starts with a story of creation. What happened when the world was being made? How it begins in the book, I'm not going according to it, because the actual story began somewhere else where the book does not start. The book mentions about it, but in a much later stage. So I'm going to be telling you first about that. Before even the world was made, there was a chaos, a war in heaven. God used to live in heaven. He had these holy angels around him. They were singing holy names to him. There was praise of God. And there was an angel called Lucifer, and there was another angel called Michael. Amongst these angels, Lucifer came up when he saw the blueprints of the world, when he saw what God was planning with his son Michael, what he was planning to do on this. He was planning to build an earth, planning to make man, women. He was planning to make trees, animals, all these things, and they were only confined to two people, God and his son. And this angel called Lucifer, he objected. He said, no, you can't do this on your own. I want to be involved in this. I want to show you how these things can be done better. He included about 1/3 of the angels. Say if there were 100 million angels in heaven, he took and included around 30 million angels into his cavalry, into his group. Even before he could plan things to go against God, even before he started the war was stopped. He was expelled with his dirty thoughts, with the beginning of the dirty knowledge he had. He was thrown out of heaven along with those, for example, 30 million angels. I don't know, there were 100 billion angels or 100 trillion angels. I am just saying the Bible says there were 1/3 of the angels. If there were 100 billion, then 30 billion angels were thrown out along with Lucifer. He was the leader of these angels. Now two angels, both representing their own groups. One representing the good, but not proved yet how good and how they should be good and why they should be God. But this group, at that point of time, nobody knew what is evil, what is bad, and what could be done. He was thrown out, thrown to heaven, from heaven, on this earth. And when God started making the earth, He made the earth irrespective of what atheism says. Atheism says there was Big Bang, there were stars, and then there were sun after billions of years, then there was earth after billions of years, and there was ocean after many billions of years, and they don't know when the life started to come. But the Bible gives us the clear account of 6 days creation. First day He made the water and the light. Second day He made the atmosphere and the sky. Third day He made the dry land, plants and fruit trees. Fourth day He made the sun, moon and stars. Fifth day He made the birds and the sea creatures. And the last day of His creation He made the animals and the first man and woman called Adam and Eve. Now this world was beautiful. God did not intend to make any evil for anybody. For the whole human race, for the entire animals, all the sea creatures, this beautiful earth was made, beautiful sky, beautiful environment, atmosphere, no pollution, pure oxygen, no diseases. This is how the life of angels were. No sickness, no death, no trouble, no pressures of the world, pressures of the life to run for the work, run from work to home, run for the groceries, run to cook, and then to live and get up and then run again. It was a comfortable life, cool life, clear life, happy life. The Creator and the created would meet every day, and there was no chaos. Although the chaos had started in heaven by an angel called Lucifer. Then due to him, God had to put a few things because of him. God had women planned already in the mind, but He did not have what Satan would do, what Lucifer will do. So He had to change His plan of creation. He had to do 2 things because of Lucifer. He made the man out of the dust of the ground. He made a statue of the dust, put his breath into the statue, it became a living soul. That was Adam, the man. Then He put him to rest. He took out his rib, indirectly created something called women. Now it will take a lot of time for me to clear why He did this and why we are saying that women were made indirectly and what's the reason. 50% of the things you'll understand now, but lots of things I'll have to cover in coming up messages. It's not that I'm against women, but let's understand what the truth is. Women were made, the first woman, Eve, was made indirectly, not directly, not in the same manner Adam was made. And he had to do another thing. Because of the evil knowledge or the bad knowledge that started in heaven by Lucifer, he had to put a tree in the middle of that beautiful place they used to live called Garden of Eden. It was a special place built for Adam and Eve. Middle of that, somewhere they had put this tree called the knowledge of good and evil. Adam and Eve were told, if you eat of this tree, you will gain the knowledge of evil, the knowledge of bad. You already have the knowledge of good, but you will get confused between what is good and what is evil, what is right and what is wrong. Just like us today, we do not know what I am saying, I am teaching, whether it is correct, it is good, it is worth it or not. There is a confusion in this world about good and bad. But when they were made, Adam and Eve, adult babies, why I call them adult babies? Because they were made in an adult body, but they were born just a few days ago. They were enjoying their life, playing with all the animals, meeting them, playing with them. The tiger will not eat them or attack them. No animal attacked each other. There was full harmony and love together. It was an open zoo. What every child, every kid today wants is to play with animals, and they should not be harmed by those animals. It was a free life, happy life, good life. No worries about how to pay the bills. No worries about how to live life. No worries about meeting an accident. No worries about meeting or getting into a terrorist attack. No worries about being mugged or looted. No worries about boss yelling. It was a free world. The tree was put there. They were warned that you must not go near that tree. They were even warned, don't even look at that tree. It was very simple, very, very simple. Just don't go and don't eat that tree. Eat the fruit of the tree and enjoy your life. Absolutely very simple thing. But things were not going as they were planned. Planned by whom? We must understand, God is not a puppeteer. God does not move the hands of the people. He has given everybody a power of choice. You can choose to be bad. You can choose to be good. It's all in your hands. There was a full focus of Lucifer and his angels to try and convince Adam to go ahead and eat of that tree. And if he had eaten of that tree, what was being offered from Lucifer was casinos, luxury life, businesses, world ruling politics, presidentships of the world, of the big countries, money. He probably offered more women than Eve. He gave him all sorts of ideas. He, being an adult baby, did not know what he was saying, and he definitely expelled him away and shouted at him that he is not interested in listening to him. The reason why Eve was created indirectly was another point of Lucifer to be proved. that he cannot be involved in the creation. Anything made indirectly by the creation will not go according to what God has made. Still the point is pending. Why God should be God? Because it will be covered very soon in this very message. The indirect thing, the indirectly made Eve was indirectly invited to eat the fruit of the tree. The Bible says the most cunning animal, the most clever animal, the most not easy to handle animal was snakes, and they used to fly. They never dragged themselves on the earth, and they used to fly. And the snake was possessed by Lucifer. He turned himself into a spirit and went inside the snake. Now the snake had become a puppet of Lucifer. He went on that tree, looked beautiful, probably a very beautiful snake. Indirectly, he became a snake instead of being Lucifer. And when he saw that Eve was looking for new kind of fruits, because Adam was busy playing with animals, naming them one by one, it was a huge zoo for him to explore. Every species of animal and sea creatures and the birds, he was looking at them one by one. It was a whole toy showroom opened for a little kid, adult baby. And he was just loving it. He was not even concerned about food and things. He was just loving what God had made, beautiful things. He was enjoying the creation. And Eve, being indirectly made, had got bored out of it, and she said, okay, let me go and find some new fruits. I have been eating fruits and vegetables that are nearby, but let me go and find something new. She went looking for food, and the trap was already prepared by Lucifer, and she went close to that tree. The snake began to speak. It was a big surprise for Eve, because every animal she had seen with Adam, around Adam, for so many days, he was playing with them, maybe say a couple of days or 3 days or 2 days or 4 days, maybe a week. She had not seen any animal talking. And this snake was talking. He was speaking. And he spoke to the woman, to Eve. Have you seen this beautiful tree on this beautiful tree? If you eat of this tree, you will be like God. Eve looked at the fruit, looked at the tree, and she said, we have been warned about not eating of this tree. He said, the snake said, Lucifer being puppeteering the snake, he said, you must eat of the tree, because if you eat the fruit of this tree, you will be like God. This is the biggest problem of this world. We are never satisfied with what we have. It was the greatest place to live. We know today the importance of what Eve and Adam had. Beautiful life with absolutely no worries, and absolutely no health issues and completely no future worries. Just live every day with full enjoyment. But Lucifer knew what the indirect person could have been tempted about, and she was tempted and was given a new idea: you can be like God. She took the fruit and she ate the fruit. She ate the fruit and suddenly she realizes that she is different. She is not like the way she was before. She goes running to her husband. The husband, who was just her husband a few days ago, they were married, they were born recently, and they were immediately married to each other. Within a day, within a day, they were married. It was a few days of their marriage that was going on. Beautiful young couple, married and given with so much of everything was built for them. And he knew what big mistake Eve had done of eating of that fruit. And he had realized, Adam had realized, now Eve is going to go away. They were such a small baby they were, that they did not knew what was death. It was told to them, it is a sleep, like they go to sleep every night and they get up next morning, and they, before even they look for getting themselves freshened up, they run back to the zoo, run back to the, even the animals are sleeping nearby them. Probably they're sleeping on the elephant. The giraffe is sleeping next to them. They were playing with these animals, lions, tigers, monkeys, every animal that today's kids want to touch, they were playing with them, happily playing with them. Beautiful dogs, original breeds, pure breeds. And when Adam saw that everything is going to be very, very empty, very, very dark without her, he immediately realized that he could not live without her, took the apple and ate of it, because he did not want to lose the lady of his life. Both of them did the same mistake, taking the fruit from the snake or the dragon or the one behind it, Lucifer, and there were consequences of this huge mistake. God came down there, asked them what had gone. It's not that God did not knew what had happened, but he wanted to inquire how much they were able to and willing to tell him. Upon inquiring, he asked them, did you eat of the fruit of the tree? And they said, yes, we have eaten. And there were consequences. There were 4 curses given, first to the snake, second to Lucifer, first to the to Lucifer, then to snake, and then to the woman, and then to Adam. First culprit first, second culprit next, the next culprit after that, and the final culprit in the last. To Satan he said, to Lucifer he said, it's the first prophecy of the Bible. He said, between the woman and between the seeds, between the children of that woman, I will put enmity between these two groups, between one group and the other group. And there will be one person coming whose heel you will try to bite, but he will crush your head. This was a prophecy which was spoken in a manner of a curse to the lady and to Lucifer, in the manner of how he had possessed and dealt with through that snake. He said, I will put enmity between the seed of the woman, between the children of the woman. There will be two groups. I can't fully explain the prophecy at this moment, but this will be coming up later on. And there will be somebody coming up whose foot or heel you will try to bite, but he will crush your head. To Lucifer. Matters that only Lucifer and God understood. Adam, Eve, and of course the snake could not know what this was about. To snake he said, since you have been flying now, you will be now running on your belly. Since your tongue keep coming out of your mouth, now you will eat the dust of the ground. To the woman he said, you will be completely subject to your husband, you will be under your husband from now on. And you will bear children, and during the pregnancy time, the pain will be severe, that you will remember the mistake you had done of eating of that fruit. To the man he said, that since I took you from the dust, I made you from the dust, you will whole life keep working, all your life, and until your eyebrows get sweat, you will not get food to eat, and whole your life you will keep working, keep earning, keep working hard, making money, baking bread, and one day from the dust I have taken you out, to the dust you will return. 4 curses to Satan, to Lucifer he said. The meaning of Satan is enemy. Lucifer is also called devil. The meaning of devil is deceiver. This was one spot where he deceived and became the enemy of human race. Deceived Adam and Eve. Satan and devil are his nicknames. His actual name is Lucifer. From a white angel he became a dark angel. But God did not destroy him, because he was already given never-ending life. He was already given everything. And as I told you, God is not a puppeteer. He gives the power of choice. He gave them the power to choose between these fruits and lead the difficult life that we live today, or choose not to eat of that fruit and live the life they were already given. Physical torture to snakes, physical torture and subject to husband, to women, and physical torture and hard work, labor to man who was sitting playing with those animals and did not go to find food. They were expelled out of this beautiful garden, never to return to this place. The story goes on. Adam and Eve had two sons, Abel and Cain. As it was predicted, there will be the seed of woman. There will be two lineage of the Adam and Eve, and Cain and Abel were two of his sons. Now Cain was a farmer, and he brought fruits and vegetables to worship God. Now Abel, his brother, was a shepherd, a flock keeper, used to handle cattle, and he brought a sheep to be served or to be brought in front of the burnt offering to God. And fire came from sky. It took the Abel's sheep, burnt it completely, and there was no fire on the offering of Cain. And the first murder of the world came out, the first murder that started with an anger towards his brother. He killed his brother. In the very beginning of this world, even when the world was not fully started, there was chaos, fight between two brothers, whom to worship, how to worship, and why to worship. And the one who failed in this worship turned out to be a killer. This is all related to the first message I have given, and this will be more getting clearer as we move in the first message also, second message, today's message, current message also, and the coming of further messages also. After this, the world became very corrupted, very corrupted. These very fallen angels who had come from heaven now deceived the whole earth. They had taken steps in their physical manner and brought so much of evil into this world. So much evil they brought that God was absolutely not happy, and he regretted as to why he had made man. Why did he make it? So he asked his servant called Noah, one man called Noah, he told him to make a boat, a ship, a huge ship. And he asked him, he told him that there will be rain. Now as per Bible, during those times there was no rain. Nobody had seen rain. The plants and trees, there was dew and there was moisture in the ground. The ground used to give water. There were streams of water, fountains that came out of the ground that watered every plant. There was no rain. Something that nobody had seen. And for 120 years, if you do not know, Adam lived for more than 600, 700 years. The longest person who lived was more than 969 years. named Methuselah. This is not the point. I'm not going to be covering that at this point. So Noah, he was also more than 400 years when he died, but the age of the person at that time was very long. It slowly degraded. It slowly became lesser in the span of life. So for 120 years he went out, not probably like me making videos and going online, but he probably went physically to these group of people who lived around him, telling them to turn away from evil, to give away the way of killing, to give away of the way of hate, give away racism, give away economic imperialism, give away communism, Nazism, sexual crimes, give away way of the wrong, and come with him to this ship, huge ship, and there will be rain for 40 days and 40 nights. And if they were willing to change their lives, a big coronavirus was coming. If there was somebody who could come out and shout and tell everybody coronavirus is coming, please be ready for this, that, and told us everything, told the governments, every precaution could have been taken, it would have been a very planned manner, could have been better. And in the same way he went out, he told everything to others and nobody listened to him. Only him and his family members, they were about very few people. They went into the ship. They were making the ship, preparing food, because 40 days 40 nights they won't have access to ground. And when this ship was fully ready, the time for them, for the rain to come, the time for the rain to come was about to come. The rain would have been starting very soon. God automatically sent in pairs of every animal, male and female. He sent them male and female giraffe, male and female bear, kangaroos, camels, gorillas, lions, crocodiles, elephants, monkeys, birds. So he sent them ostrich, all male and female in this group. Nobody led them, God led them there. And Noah opened the ark, opened the boat, opened the ship, huge ship, let them in. And inside he had arranged for every animal how they live, how they could stay for those time inside, and food they would want to eat during that time. And the rain came for 40 days and 40 nights. First time an angel came out from the outside of that ark. He bolted from the outside, and when it started to rain, people began to look towards that ark. They began to shout, they wanted to come inside. Kindly don't go to those Hollywood movies. I'm very sorry. They have completely misinterpreted what the Bible says. Please don't watch the movie Noah Hollywood has come out with. Absolutely no use of looking at it. The world was completely destroyed. Not a living person or animal lived. If in case any animals, a sort of animals that we think could have survived, did not survive. This was a huge impact, and God almost destroyed this whole world. It was the end of the world. Just like what I'm bringing the messages right now to you, it was completely an end of the world. First world completely zeroed. This small group was left out. They came out of this place, and then there are other stories that follow, but we'll go directly to the story of Moses. Moses, the meaning of Moses is taken out of water. From Noah, there was a group of people that kept multiplying into other, and then there was Abraham, and they were his sons. I'm not covering those stories right now. And there was Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, and all these stories. And then they became Israel, and the Israel became a worker, a laborer, a bound laborer under the kingdom of Egypt, and they were serving in Egypt. They were in too much of trouble because they were not given much to earn so that they don't become rich. Egyptians ruled that place, and Egyptians had this theory that every elder son, every firstborn son of the Israelites should be killed. And they announced, they said, go and kill every newborn baby, the firstborn baby. And this mother, the Israeli mother, she took that boy called Moses, put him into a basket, and she put him in a river and told his sister to go along and look where he was. That bucket went to the by the riverside. It went to the princess who was taking bath with her servants around that area, enjoying the water nearby, and she saw the bucket. She took that bucket and she saw a child inside, and she adopted him. He became the prince of Egypt. And this prince of Egypt was expelled out of Egypt when they found out that he was Israeli and he was not actually a prince of Egypt. So when he was expelled out, he went away and he was married to some other women, and he came across a mountain called Mount Sinai. He went there. There was a burning bush there, as you can see in this place, in this image. This burning bush was burning but yet not getting burnt out. There was flame in there, but it was not getting roasted, not getting burnt out. And Moses went near to that small bush, burning bush, and there was a voice which said, "Take your shoes away. This is a holy ground." Moses was asked to go and save the people of Israel, to go to the rulers of Egypt, to the kings of Egypt, and tell them that there is a God who wants these people to come out of their misery, come out of their trouble, their problems. There were a lot of things that went there. Finally, they had to leave them out. And when they went out, God gave them the whole book of Bible that is written. The first 5 books are written by Moses, but these 10 commandments, they were written, handwritten by God on these 2 tablets of stone. Nothing else in the Bible is actually self-written by God. He has dictated, or others have written, but this is the only part he wrote by his own hands. The first one that it was written out of those 10 commandments, the first commandment was, there is no other God. Absolutely, the creator of the world is the only God. The creator of this world is the only God. He said, there is no other God other than me. I am the only God. The reason, as I am saying, only reason is that he is the creator. Secondly, he said, do not worship anything on this earth. Do not make an idol of anything. Not just a physical idol. Don't make a mental or heart image of an idol. Don't make an American idol or Indian idol. He said, don't make an idol of anything on the earth, anything on below the sea, anything on the sky, anything that you see on the most high clouds or the most deep sea or on the earth. Don't make an image of this and don't worship it. And this one comes with a warning. He says, if you do, I will curse and punish the generations. Thirdly, he said, do not take my name in vain. There are people who come out and they say, we know God, or we talk about God, or they do prophesy or do talk anything without any authentication or without any proofs, authentication of the material, of the content, of the proofs. Fourth, he said, in 6 days I have created this world. 7th day is my holy day. Not holiday, but it's a holy day. It is a day kept aside from all the days of the week. On this day you are not supposed to work. Don't work, and if there is any guest at home, don't let him work. Your servants should not work. Then the rest of the 6 he gave is between man and man. The first 4 are between God and man. There is no other God. Do not make an idol. Do not take his name in vain. This also comes with a warning. He says there will be consequences if you take my name in vain. The 4th one, he says, remember. Seems people have forgotten. Remember, there is a day of rest in the week. It's a holy day. Separated the day from all the week. Then he said there are another 6 between man and man. You must worship, you must respect, you must honor your parents. And if this one also comes with a warning, he says, if you do not do that, your life could get shortened. You could be living young. Then he said, do not get angry or do not kill. Then he said, do not look at women in a bad manner and do not commit sexual crimes. Do not commit adultery. Then he said, do not steal. Then he said, do not give false testimony against anyone. The last he said, do not be greedy, do not covet anybody's anything, their house, their business, their family, their wife, their anything of the other person. Do not be a greedy person wanting to have it. Do not covet it. 10 rules. This is why he gave us 10 fingers to do everything according to these 10 things. He gave us 10 limbs. He wrote it with his own hand, wrote it on a stone. In India it is very common. It's a saying, they say if anything is written on a stone, it is marked permanent. Anything could wash away, anything could go away, but something that is written on a stone cannot be. My friends, this is the character of God. This is why He should be our God. This is why we should let Him be be a God, because this is His character. Centuries later, two brothers are born from different two mothers. Just like two brothers were born to Adam and Eve, but these were not to fight each other, but the first one came to prepare things for the younger one who was coming. A man who became God, a God who became man, Son of God, he came onto this earth, a second Adam, born of a woman, but completely directly, without a man meeting women. After his age of 30, he went out to meet people. He touched them. The creator of this world, whoever was incomplete in the creation, he just completed it. If there was a blind, he touched it and the blind got the eyes back. If there was a deaf, he touched it, the deaf got the ear back. The maker of the world came back and he made everything new. He spoke of beautiful things, he explained a lot of things and detailed the character of God. He detailed what is good and what is bad. But as you know, the planter of that evil tree, of the good knowledge of good and evil, he was not happy. He again made some people puppets and got Jesus into trouble. He captured him through his means and they crucified him. Now the same tree that was there during the Adam and Eve's time, when God had said there will be somebody coming and you will bite his heel and he will crush your head. He was talking about this prophecy. Very moment when the fruit was plucked by Eve, this was planned. This became a movement, this became a direction of Jesus, that he will come one day and he will end those sinful issues that began during that time. The 10 commandments that I explained, we all have had broken these laws, but these laws cannot be forgiven unless we understand the sacrifice of Jesus, the character of Jesus. And the very third day when he came out of the grave, he became alive. He proved it that whether we have done, no matter what wrong we have done, we can be back to being alive instead of being dead, and we can have hope that we will also live after death. And he went to the sky in front of his disciples and others. This is why God should be God, because of the character, because of what he has done for us, because he has shown the correct path of living, because he did not just say this is the 10 things that you should do, this is the way of life. He came down, he achieved it, he demonstrated it how it can be done, and he died for it, and because of those consequences he did not fight back anything and he became alive. This is the story of creation, my friend. I'll be detailing these much more in depth in the further coming videos. Thank you so much for listening. Please come back and listen to the next other 18 messages coming up. Thank you so much.